think there's definitely been a rise that I've seen in Townsville and my mates that I've spoken to around the country. One of the problems is we don't know how many veterans are in one location. So we know how many DVA clients are in certain locations. I think veterans on the census, it should have "Are you a veteran?" as a box as well, so then we know how many people are in one location. Veterans who are homeless, it's extremely concerning to me, and if there are people out there that are watching this that are at risk of being homeless or know someone that's homeless, if you don't like going to DVA or going to Open Arms, you can ring my office and I'll help cut through any red tape and get through the bureaucracy if there is any.
So that's an amazing offer. I want people to take you up on it, and I want people to spread the word that Phillip is on your side, well and truly. Please, he is a very good guy on this stuff. But what's failing here? We know about issues when people fall out of connection after they leave the service. We know about some bureaucratic difficulties. In fact, I would suggest a whole nother battlefront when it comes to dealing with, in part, the DVA. But how does it get to the stage when okay, somebody's life can fall apart, but 8 people's lives falling apart, all in one place, all at one time, all with the same history?
Yeah, I would say if it's happened to 8 people, it's happened to 18, 80 people, across the country, or if not just in Townsville. I think that this is probably just the scratch of the surface, and it means where there's been probably a failure on all of our parts, not putting the safety net around people to let them know about the information that's available, like emergency accommodation. DVA has emergency payments for people that are in hard times, as well as a different counselling. Now, something that I think we could benefit, or would benefit this kind of situation, is having a veterans peer support. So having veterans who have been through it, who understand it, not give advice but give information, I think would help really bring people together, instead of making people or having people feel ostracised.
That's a good point, because once you start to feel isolated, it very quickly can go from losing touch to losing contact, and losing contact to losing hope can happen very, very quickly, and you need to have that network of mates, in this case a fairly formal version of it, to make sure that there is someone to reach through the darkness and pull you through.
Yeah, definitely. I'm in Canberra right now, and I've been with a good friend of mine, Paul Warren, and we've already gone in, to the DVA Minister's office, given our thoughts on how we think we can help out with this. And it does come back to peer support, and it does come back to a bit more of using the veterans in the transitions phase, as well as after, to have that wraparound service, to have real people who've been through it, to tell other veterans exactly what's out there and what's available, because there's a lot of ESOs, there's a lot of ex-service organisations, and I think that we need to stop looking at the end bit and start looking at the start, and that's through the transition period, and it's insourcing our people and using veterans to drive it.
See, it's really important you talk about that, because remember, the RSL in Queensland had that thing, I think just last year, where the unemployment rate was 30%, even I think a little bit higher for people in their first 3 years out of the service. You're absolutely right, is that we've got this sort of system in place for 5, 10 years later, all people that have served an incredibly long time ago. That seems to be, well, imperfect, but a better system than what's there the day after you leave the service.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm a big believer in meaningful engagement or meaningful employment, so having meaning in your life. Now, not everyone can work, and I understand that, but having some meaningful engagement where people and are out there in the community, are playing sport, are doing something, getting active, to me it's kind of exactly what we kind of need. Prince Harry invented the Invictus Games around this, and both Paul and I, competed, and I came back as a coach, and I think that having something that gives meaning really is invaluable.
Yeah, maybe we should start to talk about the idea about, sort of Invictus-style local footy clubs, intra-footy clubs, that it's not just about the one thing every couple of years, but something you can maybe work towards every single weekend. Phillip, I'm so proud that you're in the Parliament. I'm so thankful you're on the telly right now, and please keep the fight going. If you're in Townsville, if you've got a problem, pick up the phone. This bloke will help you, okay? It's that simple. That's his job, and he's there to do it, and he's there to serve. Thank you for your service in and out of the Parliament, mate. All the best.